see, I have no makeup on. Yes, I look hideous. I look like a potato, like Dolly's man. Check my TikTok for the backstory behind that, but I look like somebody that I wouldn't want anyone I mention in this video to see. And that is because in this video today, I am going to be doing a get ready with me, putting on my makeup while I tell you about my celebrity crushes over the years. I got the idea of this from ASMR X Baby. I'll link her video below. And yes, I'm just going to talk about my celebrity crushes. And the top one is one I mentioned in a TikTok lately, and who I'm kind of still crushing on at the moment. Actually, in fact, my crush on this person has actually been renewed for another year. And so we're going to start with my primer. And I'm going to start telling you about my first celebrity crush. I've actually got a little list here just as almost a kind of script that I'm going to use as a kind of guideline. I've got all the initials of my celebrity crushes as like 1, 2, 3. So I'm basically going to describe the crush to you, and I'm going to basically before I reveal it to you, like let's play a game, write a comment all the way through this video where basically write who you reckon it might be before you actually know, and then write if you are correct or not. Julia got herself to do that, got people to do that on her video. So we're going into it. The first celebrity crush I had was, by the way, I'm bisexual, so it's going to be male and female celebrity crushes. I'm going to be talking about my celebrity girlfriends and my celebrity boyfriends. Yes. Okay, so my first one was when I was about 7 years old at school, and I'm going to mention gender, nationality, and then just describe them. So this person is a woman, and she is from a South American country. I won't say which one, it might give it away. And she's a singer and a dancer, and I don't know if she's done any acting, but she's definitely a singer. Sorry, I'm just reaching for my eye primer. I've got my little PH Cosmetics makeup pouch. I hope this is not too loud. I'm trying to make it soothing. And so she's very good at dancing. She does a specific dance that is known, that kind of comes from the culture of where her dad's from. And she has collaborated with some other famous pop stars such as Beyonce and Rihanna. And yes, she's got a really kind of distinctive voice, like when you hear her singing, you know it's her. Alright, if you want to put your guess below, go for it. Guess below. Okay, I'm just going to give you a few moments just to get your guesses right. The palette I'm using today is the Lethal Cosmetics collab with Teresa is Dead, the YouTuber. Teresa is Lethal. It's a sort of space themed palette, but with a lot of kind of Teresa's kind of vulgarity. Like, I love her channel. She's so good. Okay, have you guessed who it is yet? This is the palette. Well, even if you haven't guessed, I will tell you. I am here talking about Shakira. Shakira. Yes, when I was 7 years old and at school, all the girls in my class were crushing on Busted and Gareth Gates. But I loved Shakira. Obviously, then I didn't know that it was a crush. Like, I didn't really get it. I didn't even really, like, understand that I was a baby queer. But, like, yeah, I just loved Shakira. I found her really pretty. I loved her long blonde hair. She looked like a mermaid to me, and I loved mermaids at the time. I kind of wanted to be like her too, but now I kind of see, like, growing up and realising that I'm queer, I kind of see it was more than that. And also, I also loved this TV show called Cave Girl. My mum didn't like it. She probably found it weird because the main character was seen as dressed too provocatively for a kid's show, but I definitely see now I probably had a crush on Cave Girl as well, and she looked like Shakira to me because she had like the long blonde hair. Funny because I actually prefer brunettes now. Just looking for a particular brush to use for this, what I'm actually doing. Okay, so that's Shakira. I'm going to go on to the next crush now. Okay, so this crush is a guy. This is a man. He is American, and he is an actor and singer. He does more kind of Broadway stuff now. He was in a very famous Disney Channel franchise which launched the career of another star who has become very famous and became a massive heartthrob, and a lot more people liked, but I fancy this other guy that played the main character's best friend, and like this guy kind of like he keeps out of the limelight these days. He's like, he does a lot of Broadway stuff, but we don't hear too much from him now. And yes, he was also in a Disney Channel TV show with Keke Palmer, which was about jump roping. I always loved that film. And what else has he done? He's released a few music albums, and he's been in some Broadway productions recently. Okay, so you're going to cast your votes, well, not voting, but just cast your guesses on who this might be. I'll just give you a second while I put a bit more of the purple shade, which is called Plutonian, on here. Just kind of darkening this. I like to darken this area when I do a makeup look. Okay. Have you guessed yet? The person I'm talking about, is Corbin Bleu. Yes, I always found him really attractive when he played Chad in High School Musical. I always found Chad kind of a jerk at first, but he gets better. But like in interviews, Corbin just seems so different. He seems so kind of lovely and friendly and down to earth, and I just found him really pretty too. And I love the character he played in Jump In, and I love how the guy who played his dad in that is his actual real dad. And like I felt that kind of helped with the performance, that they were actually father and son. And like, yeah, everyone, because like he was in High School Musical, and like everyone was going crazy over Zac Efron and how hot Zac Efron was, but he never really. I sound like such a pig to me, I know, like, oh, the other girls like this guy. But the first time I can defend myself and saying that I was a baby queer with like Shakira, I was a baby queer growing up in a class of presumably baby straights. Like they all liked Gareth Gates and Busted, but I liked Shakira. So yeah, I knew a few people who liked Corbin, but like, yeah, I always just found him really cute, and he just seemed really cool, and I quite liked his music too. Okay, that was when I was like 13, when I was really into High School Musical. Okay, so the next celebrity crush I'm going to talk to on here is a woman, and she's American. This was more when I was about 15. Like, I always said that this was my first woman crush, but no, that was Shakira, I know now. This woman she's a Broadway star, and she's mainly done, like, she's been in a few films, but she's mainly done kind of Broadway stuff. I originally knew her from, and like, she was mainly known from being in a musical that humanised a famous villainous wicked witch and like told her side of the story. And she was also in a musical that was set in the 80s, that was about the AIDS crisis, and played a woman in a lesbian relationship. And more kind of recently, she was in a Disney film where she voiced a Disney princess, or a Disney queen princess type character, who sung a really iconic song that like everyone hates but I love. And okay, just gonna finish this eye look. I'm probably gonna look at the camera rather than the mirror, just because like the light is actually not good for me using my mirror, but it looks better with the camera. Sorry again, I really hope this looking for my brushes sound is soothing rather than disturbing. Okay, so have you guessed yet? Well, this was Idina Menzel. Idina Menzel. I loved her when she was in Wicked. I never got to see her, but I loved the songs from Wicked, and also I loved her as Elsa in Frozen. Everyone hates that film but me, it seems. And yeah, I always like assumed she was my first woman crush, but no, that was Shakira. Just finishing that bit now. The next celebrity crush I'm going to talk about is kind of from around the same time. Not all these celebrities are alive, by the way. There are a few that are dead, and I'm going to talk about somebody who has sadly passed away. Now, okay, this person is actually from Russia, and he's dead, and he was a famous dancer. He was in quite a few like ballets, and he was famous for dancing with this woman who was a lot older than him, and everyone likes to act like they were a couple, but they weren't. She was actually married, and he kind of had a kind of weird, kind of esoteric way of doing his ballet performances, and I was always very into that, and I sort of almost related to the work of another celebrity crush I'm going to talk about on here. Oh my god, I wish. Okay, you're going to cast your votes. Okay, just the light in this house is fucking rubbish. There we go. In case you've not guessed, I am talking about Rudolf Nureyev. He's got like a really kind of like, when he would do his ballet, he wasn't like the typical kind of manly prince and stuff. He had just a really interesting way about him, and I always just found that really attractive. And he also just seemed like a real character. Like there was this one time where he and Margot Fontaine got arrested, and the paparazzi were trying to talk to both of them, and like Rudolph just didn't give anything away. Like he just stood there, and he even started winking at people. Like I don't know if they were like his like fans or something, or I don't know who was winking at, but I just saw that, and I was just like, what a king. Yeah, he was brilliant. And okay, the next person is and also one more thing about Rudolph, like one thing I do know was, I don't know if he was gay or bisexual, but he definitely wasn't straight, and if he was bisexual, I get the impression he was mostly into men, because he said that he only dated women when he was younger. He only like dated a few women when he was younger, so I don't know if like he was in the closet and like not out as gay yet, or if he was bisexual, because everyone thinks he was in love with Margot Fontaine, and no, people are just being heteronormative and silly about that. They probably were just really good friends, like maybe she was even like a mum figure to him, or a big sister or something. Yeah, that just really bothers me when everyone wants to decide that he was in love with her. Like, it doesn't need to be, and that I'm going to compare that to another crush on here that people decide he's in love with this person. Okay, so the next person is also not person also tragically passed away. This guy is American, and he was an actor, and he was an actor, and he was around in like a long time ago, in like the 1950s, and he died very young, unfortunately. He was only in about like 3 films, but he got very famous off them, and he was known for playing sort of bad boy characters, kind of bad boys with a heart of gold. I've never actually seen any of his films, but I really want to one day. And he died in a car accident at a very young age. And okay, so I'm going to let you guess while I just put on this other cup of grease. Okay, if you put your comment, guess. Okay, so this person is James Dean. James Dean. Yes, funny, like Rudolph, there is also a lot of evidence to say that he was not straight, but he was almost certainly bisexual, because he definitely did date women, but there are reports that he did also, like, do stuff with men. Like, his former male friend came forward and said that they had a kind of sexual relationship, but they also dated women together. And I really want to see his films, but I just find him really cute and really hot. And yeah, it's very sad that he died so young. Okay, so the next one is another woman. This person is the first British person on this list. This woman is English, and she's a singer. In my opinion, she's super underrated. Like, she was on a TV show, one of those TV shows hosted by Simon Cowell, who I definitely don't have a crush on now. And she's a really good singer. She's been compared to Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, and she's super underrated in my opinion. And she's released a few albums, and she's also been in a Broadway musical that was made into an absolutely horrific movie. She wasn't in the movie, luckily, but she was in the musical version of that. And she's also been in a jukebox musical movie that has like 80s music as the theme. I know I shouldn't blow on it, but it's my makeup. And I'm just going to finish off this sparkle high just so you can, like... Sorry, there's a baby outside. I'm right near the road, and yeah. Okay, so if you've guessed, okay, drum roll please. This person is Leona Lewis. Yeah, funny enough, I've had a lot of people say she isn't attractive. Like, I don't get it. She's beautiful to me. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she seems like such a sweet, lovely person. If you've seen her in interviews, she's absolutely adorable. She's so cute. She just comes over as this sweet little English lady, and then when she's singing, she has this big, powerful voice. She has such a beautiful voice. I can really feel the emotion in her music, and like, I find people are quite mean to her, like, just because she came from X Factor, but like, she's super underrated. She's amazing, and she deserves way better. Like, she could have been the new Whitney Houston, but people wouldn't give her the chance. Okay, the next person is, okay, this is a guy, and he is, nationality-wise, he's Canadian. No, it's not Justin Bieber, but he originally comes from a country in the Middle East, and his family were refugees and had to relocate to Canada. And he is a stage actor and singer, and he is known for playing a famous character that was kind of a Beauty and the Beast-like character. And I'm looking for my setting spray. Where is it? Because I want to wet my beauty blender, but I cannot seem had to go into the kitchen and wet my beauty blender. So, this person, I don't know if, like, first write your comments down and I will tell you who it is in a second. I'm just going to tap on this foundation and I'll show you what I do to make my kind of moonlight skin. I'm not going to put any up here because I don't have anything to get my fringe out of the way, and I'll just put a bit of it up there, like lift it up. Okay, so this person is Ramin Karimloo. And he was famous for being in Phantom of the Opera. He's considered the best one. And earlier I said that, like with Rudolph Nureyev, everyone decided he was in love with Margot Fonteyn. Everyone, even though Ramin is happily married, he loves his wife, he really seems to love her. Some people are just convinced that he's actually in love with Sierra Boggess, who played Christine in Phantom of the Opera with him, and like ship them, even though it's fucking creepy to ship real people. I've actually done a video about it on my main channel. And yeah, I've seen Ramin live 3 times and he is so gorgeous. Like, he has amazing eyes and he's got the most beautiful voice ever. What a beautiful man. And yeah, I'll never forget walking into this, because I actually arrived late to his performance because some drama had happened, and I went into there and I just saw Ramin on stage and I was just like, oh my god, he's even more beautiful in person than he is in pictures and on film. I could not believe how gorgeous he was in real life. Okay, so the next person is another dead person. This is a man and he's another English person. Okay, this guy was more kind of like famous in like the 1960s, 70s, 80s and the beginning of the 90s. His most famous role was when he was a bit older. He played a very famous detective on TV that, like, this character is literally like the first person that comes to you when you're like detective fiction. And he's also known for, it's not very well known for this, but he played Audrey Hepburn's love interest in My Fair Lady, like not very many people know. And he struggled with a lot in his life, which led to a lot of like stuff going on in his life and stuff. And I've actually had a huge thing for him since I was 14. And like there was always just something about him when he was in Sherlock Holmes, and then I saw him in I've just given it away. Yeah, and but then I saw him in other things. I was like, fucking hell, he was fucking gorgeous when he was younger. And okay, so put your comment below. I'm just gonna check my face. Okay, so I am talking about Jeremy Brett. Yes, not very many people know that he plays Freddie in My Fair Lady. And fun fact, he didn't actually do it. He can actually sing really well, but he didn't do any of his singing in I keep wanting to say Breakfast at Tiffany's, that's the other Audrey Hepburn film. In My Fair Lady, he was dubbed, but he's actually a really good singer. I don't know why they dubbed him. He could have sung that song easily. And yes, and in Sherlock Holmes, he's so funny in that, and I don't know, there's just something attractive about him in that. And actually, I really want one of my other celebrity crushes, I'll mention later, to play Sherlock Holmes in that way, because I just know he played brilliantly. And yeah, Jeremy did suffer with a lot of struggle with a lot of like mental health issues in his life. He had bipolar disorder. He did this absolutely amazing video appeal where he talked about his struggles with bipolar disorder, and yeah, I have a feeling he was in a psychiatric unit at least once, and like playing Sherlock Holmes apparently had an effect on his mental health, and he struggled quite a bit. And another thing, it's also rather sort of well known that he also was not straight. He had two very prominent relationships with men as well as women, and like there's this really cute picture of him with Carrie Bond, his boyfriend, in the like much the 70s, and yeah. Just rubbing that in. Okay, and the next one is quite a recent one. Oh my god, why do I have to keep hearing when I'm filming an ASMR video? I have to keep hearing stuff from outside. Right now there's a plane going over. Okay, so the next one is, he is Welsh, and everyone assumes he's English, but he's not, he's Welsh. This is the next one, not Jeremy. Jeremy was English, and he is very, very conventionally hot, but really funny as well, and he's in this TV show where he plays a very kind of one of the most well-known villains ever, but he plays him in a kind of anti-hero kind of way, and it's really funny. And he was also in a TV comedy show with a famous female comedian where he played her love interest, and it was like a reverse homeless cap of like the average looking. Sorry, I just had to go off camera then. My roommate came out of his room and I wanted to edit that bit out. Oh yeah, and he was in the TV programme with a female comedian where it had like a sort of average looking woman with a really hot boyfriend, because like they often do that with like average looking guy and a hot girlfriend, like Homer and Marge Simpson and Peter and Lois Griffin and people like that, but they had it like swapped the other way. And what else has he been in? I have a feeling he's been in this TV show that's basically a fan fiction of different characters from different fairy tales together. And yeah. This is Tom Ellis. Tom Ellis. I don't know what to say, he is so gorgeous. Yeah, Tom Ellis. Yeah. I'll never forget I found out about him because my friend posted this picture of him on Facebook where it had something to do with like Lucifer, the TV show he's in, where he basically plays the devil. I love how he's basically the devil. I always joke like excuse me. I always call Lucifer the show called If That's What the Devil Looks Like, I Hope I Go to Hell. A lot of people probably won't like that title, but it's a joke. And like, my friend posted and I was just like, oh my god, who is that? And then I saw him in an episode of Agatha Christie's Poirot where he played a police officer. And I just found him so hot, and then I looked up who is the guy playing that police officer, and I found out, oh my god, he's the guy from that meme. Oh my god, yes. And then I started watching episodes of Lucifer, and I just found him really funny as well. And there's this video online of Tom Ellis reading Thirst tweets. Just type into YouTube, Tom Ellis reads Thirst tweets. It is so funny. I did not know people were so disgusting on Twitter. And yeah, just like some of those tweets are just absolutely unhinged. Blush on the nose. skip powder today because we're running out of time. We're on my last crush. I usually like to do powder, but I'm not going to bother because I'm not keeping this makeup on for very long. So, my ultimate most, I don't know, shall I add some honourable mentions? I also kind of sort of had a crush on Patti LuPone. She is the woman that was in Evita, and she also, it was more when like she played Yellow Diamond in Steven Universe. That Yellow Diamond in Steven Universe seriously made me wonder if I like bad girls a little bit. Yellow Diamond is just so like evil, but I don't know, in the Change My Mind episode I just got so when she had that, like when she softened and had that breakdown, I just got so emotional about Yellow Diamond. And like, yeah, I had a huge crush on Patti LuPone after I saw her as Yellow Diamond, even though she's like 70, but like, look how she looks now, she's looking pretty good for her age. And if you see pictures of her when she was 20, she was absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. And who else? I also kind of admit, when I saw Father Ted, when I watched it when I was a bit too young, I had a crush on Ardlo Hanlon as Father Dougal. I have a feeling it might have just been more of a motherly thing. I just found him really cute and adorable. He was like a little puppy. And okay, you want the big guns. You want my number one celebrity crush. Sorry, I'm trying to draw out this video because I did my makeup faster than I assumed I was going to. So I've ended up making myself run out of time to do it. And I want you to see the finished look. So I'm just going to stall you while I do my eyebrows. Oh my god, what is wrong with this eyebrow pencil? Okay, I'm just going to do my eyebrows. So, you can just watch me doing my eyebrows. Just pretend this is a regular get ready with me, rather than a silly celebrity crushes talk video. I don't know if there's any other honourable mentions. I kind of fancied Alicia Keys, and I might have sort of small crushes on Selena Gomez, and yeah, instead of Justin Bieber. No, I never liked Justin Bieber. Selena Gomez and Chloe Sevigny. Yeah, she's really cool. Like, but I would not watch Gummo for her. Gummo looks like a really weird, disturbing film, and I would not watch it just for Chloe Sevigny, even though I've got a little bit of a crush on her. Yeah, I really. Patti played Yellow Diamond in the original cartoon version of Steven Universe. I want Chloe to play Yellow Diamond in a live action version. Oh my god, I'm making a holy pig's ear of these eyebrows. I just feel like I kind of need to concentrate when I'm doing this shit. Okay, I might as well get on with it because this is my main celebrity crush. This last one is my main celebrity crush at the moment, that if you know me in real life, like, you will know who it is. And he is, yeah, and I've got a lot to say about him, so it'll probably buy me time. Okay, so this is a man, and he is from a largely English-speaking country that is not the UK or the US. He isn't British or American, and his ancestry comes from the indigenous people of that country, and so therefore he's quite invested in like uplifting indigenous voices. He is an actor and a director, and he has been known for, and he has directed 2 like superhero movies, one of which was not considered very good by critics, and people were very unnecessarily mean to him about it. And I would honestly like to go and beat those people up who were mean to him. And he also directed a sort of historical comedy-like film where he played a parody version of a famous evil dictator. And he played that character literally to spite that dictator. Like, there's an interview about it, it was hilarious. And he's also recently directed a film about my best friend got me into, and like it's absolutely brilliant. And the second season, first episodes have just come out. Oh, and this guy is also married to a British pop star. Okay, so I'm just going to do my eyeliner, and then I'll reveal who it is. Just going to. By the way, I'm skipping lashes today just because they're a bit fiddly to get on camera. I can understand why Nikki Tutorials always does them off camera. Yeah, this isn't going to be the best makeup look because I've not got the best lighting. I'm going to do my little hearts too. Sorry, I'm keeping you in suspense. Put who you reckon it is below if you don't know. Okay, so this is, drum roll, this is Taika Waititi, who's from New Zealand, and he is of Maori heritage, Maori and Jewish, so like when he played Hitler in Jojo Rabbit, his justification was as like playing him as a Jewish person and as a non-white person was, what better fuck you to that guy. Oh my god, that's brilliant. And I mostly known him for playing Ed Teach in Our Flag Means Death. I really recommend that programme, it's absolutely brilliant. And like, I just watched the last episode. I'm not going to give anything away for the last episode of Our Flag Means Death, but honestly it had me crying almost at the end. I was only just not crying, like I got so emotional about it, but I'm not going to tell you why, because you have to go and watch it yourself. Yeah, like what I love about Taika is he is like really invested in like Indigenous rights and stuff and like uplifting people, and like, but he's quite like, he talks about like his films being positive and stuff and like uplifting, but he doesn't deny that life does suck sometimes. He doesn't want to like bury away all that. Like his films just like make you feel really like, they make you laugh but then they make you cry, and like I just find that really beautiful. And he's also just such an unapologetic goofball. Like he's brilliant. Like he just is unapologetically himself. He's so silly. Like if you've seen him in interviews, he's hilarious, and he just really kind of mocks Hollywood and mocks the system and stuff. And like also like, not only is he a total goofball, but he's literally like, you have to admit, he is literally so gorgeous. Like what a beautiful man. He has the most amazing eyes I've ever seen. Okay, just doing my lip liner. Okay, yeah. And like, people are so unnecessarily mean about him. Like, just because they didn't like Thor Love and Thunder. Like, yeah, my friend's seen it and said it was really good. Just getting out these lipsticks. I'm just using Smashbox today. Okay, so that's the full look. I hope you like it. It's not the best look because I didn't have the best lighting, but yeah, but I'm just finished talking about my celebrity crushes and I've done my makeup now, and I hope you liked this video. Please like, add that comment game we did, and also tell me your favourite celebrity crushes. Tell me if you agree with any of mine, and tell me your